putting an end to identity politics. This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Is radical feminism a refuge for fat, ugly women who can't attract high-value men? The stereotype generally holds true. Most feminists are out of shape, pierced, have freakish dyed short hair, wear genderqueer clothing, take on mannish demeanors, and are typically unappealing to heterosexual men because they look like swamp donkeys. And yes, I know there are attractive women and celebrities who call themselves feminists because they think it's trendy, but I'm talking about the most prominent ones, the most militant, the most unhinged.
Oh, go ahead and get mad at me. Kevin Jackson here. It's a Kevin Jackson Show. Get mad at me for telling you the truth about feminism. Feminist. Look, I don't mind women who say women should have equal pay, equal this, equal. I love those women. You've heard me talk about this. I will say this until I have no air in my lungs. I love seeing strong women do things, and not because they're using a crutch of femininity to get, or womanhood to get ahead. If you use your femininity, congratulations. If you're sexy and can be a model, congratulations to you. There are guys that are sexy and can be models. See, it works both ways. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at women. I'm not mad at women that use their brains to get ahead. I'm not mad at women that use their brains and their beauty to get ahead. And neither, most conservative men, we love strong women who don't rely on, I'm a woman, and belly aching all the time about being a woman. Go do what you need to do. Oprah Winfrey got ahead. Look at her. She ain't all that. Lena Dunham, for goodness sake, if you could be a troll like that little chick and get ahead, women, you have no excuses. Lena Dunham takes away every excuse you have. She looks like an ugly boy. So I don't want to hear it. Fact of the matter is feminism is ruining the country because it doesn't allow women to be women. It's like black liberals. You can't be black and be smart and have your own opinion. It's ruining black conservatism. It's ruining black people because it's painting all of black folks as these idiots. I was going to say idiotic, but these idiots that want to wear their pants below their butts and all the other crap that they think is ethnocentrically cool. Fine. But that doesn't make you black any more than being a hardcore feminist would make you a woman. I was talking earlier about Serena Williams and saying, I feel more like a woman now that I have a baby, and people having a backlash on that. What do you think she'd feel? Anyway, there was an article written that said Hillary Clinton is not a feminist. And let me read this to you. It says, there's a sucker born every minute, goes the saying, and several hundred of them gathered at Wellesley College to cheer Hillary Clinton as she rehashed, complained about, and justified her electoral loss by saying in different ways over and over that she is simply too good for this world. Seriously, just how addled does one have to be to take this nippot, I don't know what that is, and parasite as an inspiration for women and as a role model of how one should build her career? This is a woman writing this, by the way. Wow, a parasite. Hillary Clinton is a parasite, though. Anyway, let me finish reading this because I want to examine this further. It says, to follow Clinton's career path, one has to first attack then Senator Edward Brooke, Republican out of Massachusetts, at your graduation from Wellesley. Second, proceed to Yale Law School to meet and marry a skilled politician. Third, follow him home to suppress bimbo eruptions and otherwise serve as First Lady of Arkansas. And fourth, wait for the day he's elected as president so that you are First Lady for real. Having done that, one can start at the top. Being given control of his health care reform plan, you run into the ground 18 months later, just in time for a staggering wipeout in Congress in which he loses the Senate and House. And how does one manage to get this much power? One lies on 60 Minutes on the eve of the New Hampshire primary about a woman in Arkansas who claimed that she and one's husband had had an affair. So I know this is a bit of a rehash, folks, but I think it's important to put these people in perspective periodically. And look, until Hillary Clinton is out of the spotlight, we're gonna continue to knock her down. This is what she deserves. So anyway, this article goes on. If you had any doubts as to how she got to run healthcare, Carl Bernstein explains it to you on page 218 of A Woman in Charge, a book he wrote about Hillary. And here's what he said. He was president in no small measure because she stood by him in the Gennifer Flowers mess. He quotes Bill Clinton's aide as saying he had to pay her back. This is what she wanted. And he couldn't figure out how not to give it to her. So he hoped for the best. Don't you love the idea that we have a president at the time, Bill Clinton, who didn't look at things through the prism of what's best for the people, but merely made the guy, well, you know what, I owe her, and this is for the best. So let me give this over to Hillary to run because I owe her. It doesn't matter if it's good for the nation. Who can stand that? It's ridiculous. So what he says is instead of getting the best, he got the worst. While Hillary built her career on trying to discount what Paula Jones and Juanita Broderick had accused Bill of doing while joining Anita Hill and others in running against Clarence Thomas for what Hillary claimed that he said. So what she's saying there, and you guys get this, you have proof of what Bill Clinton did. Hillary Clinton knew this. And while ignoring that proof, she decided, you know what? I'll go after Clarence Thomas and men on the right where there is not an ounce of proof because it'll represent women well. See, that's what you call self-serving. That's not what you call a feminist. And I'll tell you something else. Situation reverse, put a man in charge of, let's say I've got this same dilemma. I guarantee you as a conservative man, I am not going to side with the right just because they're on the right. I'm going to choose what is the best course of action, what is right from wrong. Hillary Clinton would never do that. Not in a million years. It was so calculated what these two wanted to do. It was like watching House of Cards, except the real life version and much worse. He said, having gotten so much because Bill misbehaved with one woman, Hillary got even more 5 years later, when it turned out that he misbehaved with three more. In the course of a suit brought by Paula Jones, who charged that Bill had asked her to kiss it in a hotel room in Little Rock, it came out he had an affair with a 24-year-old intern. And he'd also molested an aide in the White House on the day that her husband had died. That's a scandalous group. That's as low as it gets, folks. As this broke new ground on the Richter scale of spouse mortification, the public was happy enough to allow her to run for Senate from New York, a state that she had never lived in order to start life anew. Hillary, who got one big job by covering up for her husband's philandering, got another because he had strayed once again and had been impeached in the process. While the three jobs he's held that required executive competence, healthcare reform, and her 2 runs for president could be studied in his examples of cosmic mismanagement. So, of course, she's now the ideal of millions of women who swear she's the soul of the self-made girl power, who would in due course have made a great president if only men had given her a chance. See, that's a great way to put this. That's the feminists want you to believe that Hillary is an icon. Like I tell you, whatever they tell you she is, somebody else is. She's not it. She's an icon. Let me tell you, if feminist women, leftists, if that's the best you can do, shame on you. God, you're disgusting. Now, I was talking to a buddy of mine. I said, it really bugs me that Sarah Palin didn't do more with her the newfound fame. Does anybody really consider her relevant anymore? And I'm not saying that to be mean. I think she's a nice lady, but it bugs me that Sarah Palin hasn't done more to help the cause of conservatism as it relates to feminists. Just seems like we squandered an opportunity there. I hope she gets, somebody talks to her and she can help to rectify that. Because Hillary Clinton certainly is not a poster child for women.
He won't stop until he's the top-rated radio talk show host in America.
What kind of weird competitive freak are you?
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.